Hey guys, welcome to another video from the Parrott Bros. I'm Dom, and today we are in a TT Roadster. I wanted to see what it was like. I've never driven a TT Roadster. I've driven other convertibles, mostly horrendous like £1,500 ones, but you know, when it sort of gets to that weekend in March where there's a bit of sunshine and then everyone suddenly wants to buy a convertible. I've been that guy a few times, but I wanted to see what the TT Roadster was like. And what better way to do it than just to go out and buy one. You knew I was going to buy one inevitably anyway. At some point I was going to buy a Roadster TT. I had to. Everyone wanted to. Everyone wanted me to do videos on it and all that sort of stuff. So not one to succumb to peer pressure, I went and bought a convertible Roadster. But I'll tell you a little bit more about the car after the intro. I am absolutely loving this Roadster. And to be honest, with the wind deflector, the glass one up, and the windows up, you barely get anything. I mean, my beard is still pretty tame. I'm a little bit surprised. Even with the windows down, it's not actually that bad. The only reason I've got them up at the moment is for filming, because I don't quite know how the wind noise will affect the sound, and obviously you guys don't want to listen to crap sound. So a little bit about the car. Now, if you remember, I went and bought the elderberry one. That was off a guy called Tristan, and his friend Bill had this car. And they both love the cars. Unfortunately, Bill passed away at the end of last year. Now, I didn't know this. I didn't know Bill at all. But when I did the video on saying how bad the berry one was and all the kind of work that needed doing, Tristan actually reached out to me and said, Dom, look, my friend Bill passed away, but he had a TT. I can speak to his partner and see if she's ready to part with it. And he got in contact. We sort of come to a bit of a deal. They knew that I was going to look after it. He said it was a really nice car, nice one, nice spec. It had lots of love, and it would have been a great. It's not. They want to keep it on the road. So, of course, me being me, tested the water, and was sitting on the sofa watching TV, just flicking through, looking at cars. And then I said to my partner, I said, "Oh, I might buy a Roadster." She goes, "Buy another TT, I dare ya." Not one to back down from a dare, I said to Tristan, yep, I'll have it. We arranged the date because it had no MOT at the time, because it had been sat off-road in a garage on a trickle charger. As obviously Bill had passed away, so it wasn't being driven anymore, it was just being stored. And I negotiated the deal and come back with it, and here we are. Much to Sam's surprise, I don't know whether she didn't think I would be able to get one for a decent price, or there was a deal, or what, but here we go. Managed to get a beautiful car for not bad money, and it's got some lovely additions. Now, it has the baseball interior, which ticks another one off my list, because I have wanted baseball interior for as long as I've known it existed. I'm a massive ambassador for tan interior. I love tan. Like, the thought of having tan in a car, no matter what the colour is, literally is the best thing in the world. Some people hate it. I absolutely love tan interior. I've always wanted tan. I've had it in a couple of BMWs, but baseball, I've been looking out for a baseball. But the problem is, at the time, I always had 4 seats in a car, and predominantly, I'm not saying it's impossible, but predominantly baseball stitches in Roadsters, which means you only have 2 seats, which has never really appealed to me, because obviously then I'll have to take the back seats out. As before I did a seat delete. Plus I had the white interior for the blue one, and you know how it goes. And obviously the cost, I mean, I've bought TTs for less than what a set of decent baseball costs, so being a little bit tight as well. I've got to save all my money for all the other cars and parts and maintenance and whatever. But yeah, so when this come with, he showed me a picture and it had baseball, I was like, oh, I'm excited. Just because it ticks the fact that I've got a Roadster, so I can do this. Woo! And that's why I've been growing my hair, just so I can let it flail around in the wind a little. And yeah, I've got baseball as well, so on to a winner. And to be honest, I'm really enjoying it. It was a little bit different to how I thought it would be. It's quite, it's probably not too bad on this road because it's really smooth, but it's really clunky and bumpy and rattly and squeaky. I guess that's because it has a little bit more twist. So if you've never driven a convertible, they do this horrible thing where you go over a bump, and instead of just the side that moves that you went over the bump in, say you both right wheels went over a bump, normally it would do that. In a convertible, it does this weird twisty thing where it kind of goes front then back, and it sort of goes left then right, and it almost feels like someone's twisting the car on you. It's I think they call it a scuttle or a shuffle or something, but it's the first time I drove a convertible, I genuinely thought the car had been a cut and shut, and it's where they've taken the roof away. They take away the stability from the sturdiness from the top, and it allows the car to twist a little bit. Now it feels dead weird, but this is bad for it as well. But it is all part of the convertible fun, so that's fine. The squeaks, I think I need to deal with. I think that's just where there's plastic trims and leather trims and bits and bobs need oiling and greasing and tightening and whatever, so that'll be a ongoing job. Now, the car itself is completely stock, other than some 19-inch 9-spokes, which will be coming off because the ride for me is a bit bumpy. If you're used to having a car with lowered suspension and thin tyres, then it's fine. They fit fine, they just need spacers because they sit a little bit in the arch, but they look really nice. I just wanted 18s. I want to be able to have a comfortable drive with the roof down. It's not going to win any shows for races or be the quickest or the cleanest, but it's a lovely car. I want to keep it as factory as possible. I want to do as much as I can to kind of future-proof it because I love the car. I've always wanted a Roadster. I plan on keeping it. I've got no reason not to. And I just want to be able to enjoy it. So that is the plan. What I need to do to it wise, we're going to do another video, next video probably. We'll go through it. I've got a book because there's definitely going to be a list. It's not too bad. We put it in for an MOT before I'm making this video because I wanted to see what it needed, get it fixed, get it MOT'd so I can then go out and drive it, start filming. And it actually only failed on a couple of brake pipes, which is fine. Swap them over, got it re-MOT'd, happy days. Here we are now, road MOT'd, taxed, insured, legit, lovely jubbly. And it's a sunny weekend, which is a bank holiday weekend as well. So I've got 3 days of driving around with the roof down. Fantastic. So yeah, plans to it, keep it stock-ish, make it as nice as it possibly can be. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get some bodywork done, and this is my fault, sort of. When we went to pick up the car, it was in a really narrow garage. Now, I didn't take a camera to film because I didn't feel it was right, because obviously we're purchasing the car from Bill's late wife, and I'm not about that. We'll do as much filming as we can now because we can, but it didn't feel right. So I went and picked the car up, and it was in a terrace house in a garage, and the garage had a shutter, and it was tight. I mean, we're talking really, really tight. And there was a car blocking it. We had to sort of maneuver it out, which was fine. My tactical driving is pretty good. I drive in London every day, so I'm kind of used to it. But Tristan said to me, whoa, 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 stop. So I stopped. The car stopped. I had my foot on the brake. But what I didn't realise was there was loads of air in the brakes, and the pedal travelled all the way down. The car started moving again, and it ran the side skirt down the side of the garage. And I got that horrible, like, as the paint was getting scraped off. And I tell you what, honestly, I've never stopped breathing for so long in all my life. The car bodywork wise, of course I'm going to give you a walk around, the car bodywork wise is really, really nice, like really nice. And yeah, so I've scuffed the side skirt. Luckily it was the side skirt, not the arch. I can either replace the side skirt or get a smart repair or get it painted again or whatever. It's not going to be the end of the world. And being silver, parts are very easy to get hold of. Silver was not my top choice, I'll be honest. Everyone knew I wanted green, but given how nice this car is and the story, I love a car with a bit of history, a story is perfect. Absolutely love it. I'm going to pull up in this car park just so I can give you a look around, although it's a little bit on the bumpy side. But because it's a standard height, shouldn't be an issue. Nope, not an issue. And conveniently, there's another TT here, which is even nicer. And it's a Roadster, which you'll see in the background in a second. This was not planned, by the way. This is just me out driving and filming. I quite like red. Red has grown on me. After having mine in red, I quite like the red TTs now. So this has got the tan interior, tan steering wheel, tan knee pads, tan gear knob, tan handbrake. Everything's tan. It's dipped in tan, loving life. The roof works. It's electric. It goes up and down on its own, which is cool, which means the CCM is good. I need to check the drain holes, drain plugs and the drain pipes, make sure they're not blocked up. But everything works. There's a few niggly bits. It's got an aftermarket gator, which is leather, which I don't really like because it's not the standard one, and the wheels. But apart from that, she is a standard car. I love it. Absolutely love it. Should we have a little look around? So it's got the 19s. Now, let me know what you think. I'll just flip you around so we can talk about it while we're looking at it. What do you think of the 19s? Now, I think it looks really good. Handling-wise, it's not for me. It's too bumpy. And a convertible isn't really a race car, so I want it to be comfortable as well as look good, but there's definitely a compromise. On the 18s, it will look perfect. It needs some floor mats because it's got no floor mats, genuine ones preferably because they're hard wearing, they look great. The rear light, well, actually all lights to be fair, these need a bit of a polishing. You probably can't see because it's really hard to pick up in the film, but they're really bad. An advisory on the MOT. It's got one rear light needs a new one because it's got this horrible faded, there you go, you can see that faded bit, and it just needs a good bit of loving. It could do with a full machine polish. We're going to do a video on full start to finish, how I get them looking great. Here's the scratch I told you about, which I put in it. Hard to see luckily because it's silver, but there's a scrape nonetheless. But bodywork wise, really, really good. I definitely lucked out on this one. And I'll let me show you the boot. The boot is surprisingly big actually. It works on the key, which is a bonus, even though the key's falling apart apparently. Never ever put your key in the boot, put it in your pocket. The boot is quite spacious. I mean, you can fit camera bags and sleeping stuff in there because obviously this is my new home now. Apparently Sam was joking when she said she dared me to buy another TT, but I can confirm you can quite easily sleep 2 adults in this. This one has a rooftop terrace, of course, so at night you can put the roof down and enjoy the stars. And do you know what? It's not actually that comfortable, even though you have to sit dead upright. It's not too bad. I'll give you a quick look. If anyone needs me, I have no fixed abode now, although my address can be 5 different coloured TTs anywhere in Hemel Hempstead. So let's get you propped up here. Ooh. Obviously the seats don't go too far back, but I tell you what, it's not too bad. What do you reckon? Right, until the next one, guys, bye for now. I am only joking, of course. She just told me to sell them all, otherwise she's moving out. But she's only joking. I hope. We'll see. Bye, guys.